Hello, gamers. We have a golden set today, a golden game. A pack 4 mirror for the golden MOTD. And today I'm playing Fritz, who I would say many would say, as the title says, probably the best golden pack player in the world. Some people would dispute that, especially Kai, or I mean Gary Oak. But you know what? Gok hasn't been around for a while, so Gok has to prove me wrong. I would say Fritz has the title of best Golden Pack player in the world. But yeah, as I said, the MOTD set, as I mentioned in my first video, MOTD, a tournament about mirrors, so it's Golden versus Golden. And yeah, let's get into it. I want to preface this by saying I am not the best Pack 4 player at all. I would say it's my third, maybe second best pack behind obviously Turtle and maybe Poppy. I don't know. I haven't played Poppy seriously in a little bit. But yeah, I have fun playing Golden. I always like joining the Golden MOTD, especially because I think you can get pretty decent at Golden Pack if you learn the flowcharty lines. And I'm gonna show one of the lines that you can do in this pack that is pretty straightforward and it's it kinda works really well. But yeah, he's hitting me with the big magpie. He went apple magpie on turn one. Something that some people think that is not real. Fritz thinks it's real. But yeah, this is the thing I'm mentioning. See how I'm not taking my Groundhog triple? Instead, I'm just rolling a couple times to guarantee this possum value on the sea urchin. I'm not taking my triple because I'm playing Lotto. Um, Playing Lotto means essentially banking all your tier ups for a specific tier so that you get a bunch of high tier pets at the same time that can be really strong. And that's really good on Golden Pack, especially because the tier 4 pets are really strong. I'm gonna show them when this battle ends. Yeah, I get to win the fight because I have a few trumpets. Trumpets early is always great tempo in this pack. But yeah, if you look at the pack, you usually go for the turn 4 Lotto because if you look at it, there's a lot of great options. Manatee, great scaling. Cuttlefish, great base stats and a decent ability. Cockadoo, good stats. Saiga, great. Sea Lion, great scaling. Vakita, gonna buff. Slug and PDF work really well together, and Slug works with Saiga. Falcon, dominant in the Golden Mirror, and Manta, of course, really good when you can set up for it. So yeah, like pretty much every tier 4 is a hit nowadays on Golden Pack. So this is really good going for the Lotto. So that's what I'm doing here. Again, saving my Groundhog. Looking for an Urchin, looking for this last Blackneck Stilt. But I kinda low roll the Lotto. I only have my Groundhog level that I had at the start. I didn't find my third Urchin, my third Stilt. And looks like Fritz is also going for some sort of Lotto, I guess. He got rid of his tier 1s. He's just going for a couple tier 2s. The Squid can do a lot of work in the mirror, especially against the Chocolate Cake teams late game. But now I see a Weasel, a Guinea Fowl, a Lettuce, and I say, okay, it's time to Lotto. Let's see what does this Groundhog give me, and gives me a Manatee. I just like taking Manatee. Taking stats is never bad. And I decide to go for this Guinea Fowl because it's, I guess, someone that can receive buffs, like it benefits from stats. It's probably not great taking a Guinea Fowl on curve like this. Guinea Fowl is not an amazing unit, but you know what? Again, I'm not a real expert at the back. I take the Lettuce. Lettuce is one of the reasons why Lotto is so strong in pack 4 because if you get a bunch of these high tier pets, Lettuce is gonna work on them for a couple turns, so you can just spam Lettuce and it's essentially sushi stats on what turn 5 until turn 7. That's insanely strong. But the Gimme file gives me not enough tempo. That fig is really unfortunate. I'm losing lives. But I should be fine. I'm scaling. He hasn't ripped his levels. Looks like he hasn't found his levels yet. Maybe he's just saving for tier 5s. There's some good tier 5 hits. But yeah, buying green food is usually a good part of the course for these turns. Rip an avocado on 7 is great. I roll into a lettuce, also great. Pretty decent turn, and I have my sea urchin level to get a tier 5 next turn. Now he fronts the magpie. I get rid of it pretty early, and then my guinea fowl can trade his dog, and then my dog sweeps. Now we're kind of even on tempo, but you can see he has 2 levels ready. But I hit my Nyala. Nyala is so strong here. Here I freeze roll it though because I really want this manatee to either survive or get turned into a monkey with a banana. But if I find a waffle, so it means it's gonna survive at least one more turn. And then I take a sea lion. I skipped those chocolate cakes that could have been good for the Nyala. But since I have a manatee, I have a sea lion, I'm scaling a bit. I'm thinking I probably don't need the tempo from a chocolate cake Nyala. I can just have the Nyala be a body for now. But now his board got really scary. As I said, Falcon is really good in the mirror. And he got Fire Ant. You can do a lot of stuff with Fire Ant, and Fritz is gonna showcase that later in the game. And he's again taking lives. I'm down to 3. But now I have my manatee in shop, so it's not gonna die for a little bit. More lettuce again, still good. But then I see this chocolate cake on 3 and I decide that I'm actually gonna go for it because I did lose the last round and I don't wanna keep bleeding lives. And I think the 8 extra trumpets from the chocolate cake is gonna be relevant. I fronted so this squid doesn't override the chocolate cake. My guinea fowl gets a couple swings and then the manatee trades with the big attack octopus, which is really, really good for me. Last round, he managed to get the octo, the attack and trade into my dog, which was why I lost the round. I skipped Beluga and Nurse Shark in that shop. That was probably a mistake. And I skipped that level on the Nyala because I'm thinking I probably don't need the level 3 since I got the level 2 in battle already. I do get my extra scaling and a potato, so the manatee survives for a little bit longer. At least 3 turns now that it's getting these sea lion buffs. And now I'm throwing this Nyala a little bit further back because I think I want the guinea fowl slightly further at the front and I don't want the Nyala to get overridden. But that's really scary what he has now. I do win the round, but it can get really spooky. This combo of Fire Ant Warthog, that's what I was saying about Fire Ant. It has a couple good combos, and especially this. Just getting insane attacks off rip to a Warthog. What was it, like 25, 20 something? 26 attack in turn 9 for a Warthog? That's really, really strong. And this Magpie is slightly big. This Squid can cause a lot of trouble. So I need a way to win quickly. I see this chocolate. I decide that I actually want the tempo spike from the level 3, and I find it actually. And then I find a even more trumpet with this Highland cow. I mean, I have scaling, I have this sea lion, I have this level 2 manatee, might as well. I probably should have frozen that honeydew. That honeydew was probably really good. Probably just didn't see it. Maybe my thinking was keeping the food shop open in case of pita breads. Pita breads on manatee, of course, really good. And now he has level 2 Fire Ant, 30 attack Warthog, and look at those stats flying. That's scary. Now we're even on lives, but he has insane, insane potential for late game if he gets these levels. So right now, I do find the pita pretty early on the manatee. That's really good for me, but I'm also looking for crane. Getting a melon on that manatee would be huge. But then I see this beluga. Beluga is sort of like a cheap out for golden, and holy shop triple Highland cow. And beluga is seen as like a cheap out that you can just put something in a chocolate cake beluga and just win a game, and that's what I was thinking. Like I want to win this game quickly. You know, he has level 2 fire and level 2 warthog, and it's feeding a cobra too. Look at those stats flying. Yeah, I'm losing by so much. There's a 44 attack cobra at the back that I have to deal with, and I'm down to lethal now. Like it's really weird how I actually escaped from this game. I guess the level 2 island cow kinda helps. But then I find that on tier up the Pteranodon. I just give up on the beluga because I'm not finding anything to put inside it. So I'm just thinking now, okay, just 50 trumpets and pray. At this point, I'm really, really vulnerable. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm really, really vulnerable to this squid having a chocolate cake on of its own. Well, it wouldn't really trigger because his only trumpet generation is the cherry that he would have to override and then find another cherry to activate the squid. But if he manages to do that and he closes out this chocolate cake on my Nyala, I lose so many trumpets and that probably would lose me the game. I was really worried about that, but at this point of the game, I really couldn't worry to play around. I just had to hope that he didn't have it. But yeah, the Pteranodon now spawning another level 3. I deal with the Warthog pretty early, and then my 50-50 comes in. And luckily for me, that Cobra is only level 1. I think if the Cobra was level 2, I may lose that round. I maybe even draw. But now I'm also recognizing I'm hard rolling for specifically one pet because I'm seeing, yeah, his board is really scary, but it's very lenient on attack and on his team not getting disrupted. So what do I want? I want specifically a nurse shark because if I can get rid of, let's say, this magpie with the 18 snipe nurse shark that it provides, it can maybe disrupt a little bit of his team. Of course, it gets rid of the Cobra threat because it has nothing to snipe in front of it. So that's what I have in mind right now. And also, see, I reposition thinking, okay, if he gets a chocolate cake on the squid, he's gonna ruin my own chocolate cake because if they both have chocolate cakes, the squid would go first because it has higher attack. That's how it works. I finally see this honeydew, and I freeze that chocolate cake for a if I had a nurse shark. But now that I bought the honeydew, I recognize that I can't buy the the nurse shark and the chocolate cake. So I'll rather just roll in case I don't find a nurse shark and I find like another honeydew or maybe a pita. And I find the nurse shark on 4 gold. I first roll it like once, not really a reason for it. And now it's time to get rid of the manatee. I want to preserve my 50 trumpets. Maybe I could have frozen that other nurse shark. Yeah, I would have gotten level 2 there. I freeze that one for some reason. And here I think I should have probably put the nurse shark second because I think I'm overkilling on trumpets. So when this Nyala dies, it's gonna spawn behind the Pteranodon, and I think that's just enough for 50 trumpets, and then the Highland cow is just getting wasted, and then whatever the guinea fowl is generating is getting wasted. So I probably should have let the Nyala faint, then let the nurse shark snipe, and then let the second Nyala replenish the trumpets. I probably just get 50 trumpets regardless. So yeah, that was probably a misplay on my end. But now I'm hoping that this nurse shark can win me the game lethal lethal. He doesn't have chocolate cake on this flea. I get my 50 trumpets, I get the snipe, and he snipes the cobra through the potato. 48 golden retriever. I'm inside the beluga. It's just a slug. And he gets the win. I do get the win in this game. I do lose the set. This is the only game I won. He did beat me 3-1. Yeah, I'm doing the thing about only showing my wins. I promise I will show some losses if they're gonna be interesting, but I don't know. I always like playing this pack. I like showcasing lines. In this case, like how not really how to play Lotto, but showing that Lotto why Lotto is so strong and also what to do when you don't really hit the Lotto. I just hit the one tier up. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, and I hope you guys thought it was pretty cool. And if you did, why not drop a like and maybe subscribe? I want to keep uploading to this channel when I have the time. I've been pretty busy because if you didn't know, the Team Tour draft is coming pretty soon, and I have a lot of responsibilities with setting it up as a TO and as a captain too. And maybe I'll talk about the draft tomorrow. Maybe I'll post a video. We'll see. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Hopefully, my guy was dancing. Yeah.